Coming up on Daniel Hurt Presents is legendary punk rock band The Wish-You-Weres. Welcome to the show. We're back live at Loud and Clear Studios here in Paducah with The Wish-You-Weres. Before we talk to Bryan, Tommy, and Derek, we're going to hear from them. They've been around for about 20 years and they're names that you know. So let's go ahead and check out The Wish-You-Weres.
Greetings, Internet! Welcome to Loud and Clear Studios. We're The Wish-You-Weres, live on Daniel Hurt Presents. Here we go! Oh, baggage.
Bandits rip it out.
And we're back. So I am joined by Bryan Moore, Derek Nolan, and Tommy the Caveman. Welcome y'all to the show. Been glad to have y'all here. We've been wanting to do this for quite some time. So we're just glad to see y'all here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. I heard there was a rumor that you all were thinking about wearing jackets to match my aesthetic, eh?
Yeah.
We're going to. We
This is
wanted
more
to
than
dress
a
nice
rumor.
for you.
More than a rumor, we were going to do it, and couldn't find ours. And it is also the hottest day of the year today. And when I stepped 1 foot outside, you said, "I'm not wearing that jacket." So kudos to you, sir.
I'm pretty tough.
Yeah, you are. You are.
But your all's aesthetic is pretty awesome, as always, as always. That's the one thing I'll say about y'all is when you go out and play, whether it's just here locally in town at like Beer Works or Dry Ground, or whether you go on tour, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, but you guys always dress to the nines and you go full out punk rock, and I love it. That's one of the things. What inspires y'all to do that? Just to put on the best show ever, or?
You want to be the best. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it. If not, you just sit home.
Go big or go home.
You want to get out and do it, you should give it your all.
Yeah, you all do the mohawks and everything. You go full out all the time, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he
I
does.
love
Look
it.
at that thing.
I traveled with you all to Air Devil's Inn in Louisville a few months ago, and you guys had done that. And recently you all went, and it was a Gothic prom, right? So you all dressed up for that. Tell me about what that was like.
Well,
It was one of our best shows that we've actually had here recently.
Yeah.
Big
Big turnout. Big
How-
party. Everybody was having a good time.
How did you all go, though? Like, what did you all dress up like? Because in the picture that I saw, it looked like you know, you look like you worked for a funeral home.
yeah, well, it was a Gothic prom, so we wanted to look nice. You got to dress nice for prom.
That's right.
And, yeah, Derek was
I wore a
very
vest
nice.
and a black shirt, like basically the vampire look, and they looked like pallbearers, so it kind of made sense.
Yeah, it was. I wish I could have gone with y'all. That would have been a lot of fun. I went with you the first time, the last time that you all went to Air Devil's Inn, and I hope to go with you all again next time you're up that way. But I want to start too with. So Wish You Wers has been around for about 20 years, right, Brian? So
yes.
you are the only one that's been there since the beginning, right?
The last founding member, yes. Yes, sir.
So how did Wish You Wers get started 20 years ago? Were you just like wanting to start a punk band and had some friends, or how
No, I was very reluctant to. I was drug into playing. I guess with a few other people that I was a tattoo artist for a long time, and some people that I'd worked on heard me playing guitar one day, and they was like, "Dude, you should come play with us and just come jam around." And I was like, "No, I don't have time for that." And honestly, Derek had been in the shop and had tattoos done before, and he was the same thing. He was like, "Man, like we should play in some music together." And I was like, "Dude, I don't have time for that."
Right.
And it was not a few months after that fact that I went and played music with some other guys just to do it. And their drummer had recently moved away, and their guitarist became their drummer. So I just set in to play for a little bit, and I got a little bored in between. They went to smoke, and I started playing, and I was playing some just whatever, and they go, "Dude, what is that?" And I was like, "It's just some stuff I wrote." And they was like, "Play more of that." And I played some more, and they were like, "That is freaking crazy, man." And I played another song, and they were like, "Wow." It was like, would you play with that?" And I was like, "No, I'm not going to be in your band." I was like, "That's definitely not." And then,
The reluctant guitarist.
yeah, so I was like, I will start a band. So we ditched what they were doing totally, and I went and just jotted down a bunch of band names and stuff, and that was the one that stuck. It was supposed to be a temporary thing because I wasn't even dead set on it. I was like, I like it, but I kind of don't. And but the band took off so quick, I couldn't change it. So it was
you
there.
were the Wish You Wers after that.
Yeah, I drew the logo and all that stuff, and I was like, so I took
And it's the
thing
same
and
logo that's on your anthem.
I drew the skull logo, and everyone loved it so much that it's just stuck. So I didn't have a chance to change anything. Everything I did, they were like,
Well,
"That's awesome, let's do it." And,
well, let me ask too. You know, and obviously the band's gone through several incarnations over 20 years.
very many, yeah.
And then just recently, like in the last few years, there's
Yes.
sort of a revival of Wish You Wers.
Yes.
Talk about that. How did you link up with Derek and Tommy? I guess Derek you've known for quite some time. Have you known both of them a long time?
Well, in a brief pause of, I took a break from playing music. I really did. A lot of things happen. Life goes this way and that, and my wife has health issues and stuff, and it just all became too much at a certain point, and I was just like, you know what? I just don't think I want to do this anymore.
Priorities,
I just don't. So too many things happened, and I gave it a break and said I didn't want to do it. I formed a side project called Lloyd's Pie so I could continue to write and record music without playing live, which never worked because every time it went to take off, they were like, "This is great, can we play a show?" And yeah, so Derek and I ended up playing in Lloyd's Pie together. It's just, you start playing and you gather your friends and friends of friends, and they come over and they start playing. It's like, this is cool. And it's always just jamming around and just going through wanting to be creative. And then it's like, this is good. Let's just keep, and it compiles and it keeps going. And next thing you know, you have a large collection of songs and enough to form a full set. The thing you want to do is play live.
Right.
We wanted to play live a lot. What happened, Derek?
Well,
I'll let you go for this.
COVID-19 is what initially hurt the band. But getting back to how we met Tommy, we were playing at a tattoo convention in Mayfield.
Yeah,
I think
Lloyd's
it was.
Pie had a show.
Lloyd's Pie.
Oh, wow.
One of our only
What year was
this?
2019.
Yeah, it would have been
2019.
right before COVID. But what was funny is Tommy's band was also playing. And we were like, oh, it's going to be a tattoo convention. It's going to be great. We got all this original music. We play, hardly anyone watches us. Tommy's band gets up there and starts ripping these like classic rock covers. And like everyone's like going crazy. Like, oh, wow, look at that band. And we were like, well, I guess we need to steal their drummer.
That's pretty awesome. Tommy, what do you think
But
about
they start hooked up
Yeah.
and then kind of brought me in.
We had a moment at that tattoo convention.
Yeah, talk
Where me and him jumped up on stage and we banged out a song that I can't even remember, but we were so in sync. I didn't know the lyrics, but I could sing backup for him.
It was total improv.
Oh, man.
It was total improv. And he was like, hey, will you play a song with us? I was like, I don't know any covers, dude. He goes, you don't know any? I was like, I know 0 covers. I was like, well, I'll make up a song with you. And he goes, okay. I start playing. He starts playing. He played the song start to finish. And even I did a breakdown. He followed. And he started doing backups in the thing, too. And I was like, this dude's good. Like, to do an improv song right on the spot, start to finish. I mean, he ended it right on everything. I was like, yeah, this dude's awesome.
Tommy, how do you feel about playing with Wish You Were? So you
It's a-
sync right up, don't you?
It's a great privilege, honestly. These guys right here are my brothers and my homies, and it's just, we have a great time together, have fun. And
Yeah.
once it quits being fun, that's when we'll stop playing. Thing about it
Hopefully
is that
it's
our
not
hearts,
gonna happen.
I'll never stop playing. I'm not gonna stop playing ever. I just can't.
Not
I
always
just play.
fun.
He does that. He's so grumpy. He's an
I know.
irritable dude. So he's the irritable one of the band.
That's
he,
true.
He is Grumpy Smurf. We are ridiculous, and he's like these guys.
And that's why
he's like these dudes are just ridiculous.
And that's why it's
We
fun to
have-
go on tour
yeah.
with you all. Like,
We have
'cause
a ridiculously
you
good
just
time.
never know what's going to happen.
I mean, life is full of reasons to be down all the
What-
time.
what
And we
made-
we just try to have a good time and keep going.
What made you all do punk rock music? I mean, I'm sure you had all kinds of inspirations as artists, but we'll start with you. What led you to punk rock music?
I grew up unable to really. Okay, when I was a teenager, I was not allowed to listen to rock and roll and stuff. It's nothing against anyone, but I was raised a really religious background and stuff, and I wasn't allowed to listen to that stuff. But what I could get away with, you always push those boundaries.
Yeah.
And so like early 50s, 60s rock and roll, I could rock that stuff and get away with it, but I actually loved it very much. So I could listen to it and like the Coasters or any of that stuff, Chuck Berry, like all
And
that.
there's a
was
lot of
just-
influence of that style
there's a
in your
lot
music
of
today.
that
I could definitely
influence
hear
in
it.
there, yeah, because that's when I started playing. Those were the stuff that I played, and that's the first music that I really fell in love with. I was skipping school with Shannon Wilford, which was the drummer from Lloyd's Pie, our good friend. Shout out Shannon, and him and Randall Greggs from Yokai was like, hey, you want to skip school with us, man? And I was like, I'd never skipped school before in my life. I was like, sure, why not? And I go and skip school with them. We're running around everywhere, and they start popping in these CDs of music I had never heard before, and Rancid and Operation Ivy, and you just keep going down the list.
Minor Threat, people like that. Yeah.
Oh, it was band after band after band, but the first moment it came through, I was just like, dude, what?
It can sound like
I was
that?
like, what is this? What is this? So they're just like, this is Rancid, man. You never heard this before? I'm like, no, I've never heard this before. Like, what? It was at the moment I heard it, it was like, this is the best music I've ever heard. Like, it awakened something in my DNA, and I felt like alive, really, for possibly the first time.
Derek, what about yourself?
Well, I kind of had a weird religious growing up too. Like he was saying, I wasn't allowed to listen to anything rock, but my parents were divorced, and my mom, who was super religious, my dad was a drummer, and he was all about like, Queensryche, Motley Crue, Iron Maiden, bands like that. So my dad, when I'd go stay with him in the summers, he would sneak me these cassette tapes. And my dad taught me how to pop the cassette tape open, pull the reels out, and I would put it inside like a Christian music CD.
Oh, that's
like, you ever heard of the band Stryper? My tapes would say Stryper, but really it would be like Guns N' Roses inside the case. And my mom would never know as long as she didn't hear it. And then I think just listening to metal got me in. A lot of metal bands cover older punk. So that's where I heard like the Ramones, the Misfits, the Dead Kennedys, and that's what got me started. And I think when I really went down the rabbit hole was when this band called 15 came to Paducah years ago, and they played at the Elks Lodge across from PBW. And I bought a vinyl record, this Extra Minium Kickball All-Star, and that record completely changed my life. I went like full on for a while. If it didn't come off Lookout Records, I wasn't even going to listen to it. Like I was just full on.
So you saw a show and you were just like immediately taken. Like,
I was just like,
I got to
what
do
I want
that.
to do.
Yeah.
And actually my first local show, I got to give credit to Wheeler, because I walked in and seen him swinging numchucks, and like, I'm a
get the samurai
16-year-old
sword
kid.
out,
I
yeah.
was like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, he puts on quite a show even now.
He's amazing.
Shout out to the Wheelers. That's great. And MC Squared, as a matter of fact. That was one of his
Going
earlier
way
bands.
back.
Tommy, what about you? What brought you to punk rock music?
Brian.
Oh, wow, really? What were you doing before that?
I guess you could call it, we go through artists that say, we're very pushing of the envelope for their era. Elvis would be a big starting point for me.
Yeah.
Then bands like Alice Cooper, Kiss, Motley Crue, and then through Metallica, I got to hear Misfit covers, and I, consider Ramones classic rock, but they were more punk to begin with. And that's where that rabbit hole went from shock rock to punk rock, and then he drugged me in with it even more.
It was you. It was you. Because, all right, you're going to tell the story so you can talk, but
How this all started?
yeah, because I was asked to play acoustic set at Gallery X Art Collective. A friend of mine owns the place, Jay Harville, and he was like, hey, you want to come up and play some music? I was like, dude, I don't really play anymore. And he was like, yeah, well, it's pretty laid back. You want to come up here and just play some stuff? I was like, sure, I will. And Tommy heard that I was going to be playing. You can go for it, so you get some words
Because,
in
we
there.
met at the tattoo convention,
Yeah.
and I knew that Lloyd's Pie had broke up. I sent Brian a message on Facebook and said, hey, man, you wouldn't be interested in an acoustic cajon accompaniment, would you?
I didn't know what a cajon was. I was like, I don't know what that
That
is.
hand drum box. But
Yeah.
he's like, yeah,
just like,
maybe. Come over, we'll see what we can do. We spent about an hour, practiced like 4 times,
It sounded pretty
and
damn
then
good.
went and played the show, and it kind of snowballed from there.
Wow, that is awesome. And that's how you ended
Well, it was
up.
like, well, we're going to need a bassist. And then thought of Derek here because,
Right. Well, I was kind of doing a small project called Sad Sack.
yeah.
And so I bought a bass. During COVID, I bought a bass. I've always been a guitar player. But I was like, well, I can't play in a band right now. I need to record stuff, music, being a musician. So I was like, I'll buy a bass. That way I can lay down bass tracks with my guitar tracks. And then the guys in Sad Sack, well, you come play bass for us? I'm like, man, I'm not very good at it, but I can do it. And then I found out that I kind of fell in love with the bass.
Yeah.
And I've always been a rhythm guitarist, not a lead guy, so like transitioning to bass is kind of.
Was it hard? Or is it...
Oh, it was really hard. Like going to bigger strings, trying to get used to.
He's doing really well, though.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, but I still get called out. Like it shows. Like if someone's been a bass player their whole life, they'll come up to me and be like, "You used to play guitar, didn't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, we can tell. That's how you play bass." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know if that's good or bad, but
Yeah.
it is what it is."
I want to ask Tommy, you have this other piece of equipment. You have a drum set and a briefcase that you played. Tell me about that. How does
The
that?
suitcase kit,
Yeah.
it's basically what it is. It's got a couple of little drums that hang off of it, and I do use a low volume acoustic cymbals, and then I also use regular ones. And it blows people's minds, the sounds that come out of that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they both looked at me like, you're kidding. You're not really bringing this to a show.
And then,
It's so sick.
well, I saw you all bringing out at a former Murray music venue and record store,
Yeah.
and that was the first time that I had seen it, and it was incredible. The sounds that can come from that. You can just walk out, looks like you're carrying a briefcase. I mean, simple enough. Something else I wanted to ask you all too about is when you write your songs and is it in terms of a creative process? Do you all just jam and work out the way that it sounds, or do you have some specific idea going in of what you want? And then when it comes to songwriting, is that one of you or all of you that share that?
I do. I just write and sit around doing something, and something comes, and I'll just sit down and whether. I just don't know when it's going to happen. It's one of those things that just hits you in the moment, and I really don't know the process because it just sort of happens.
But you all probably jam when you
What
have
we
the
do is I'll write the song, I do the vocals and guitar, and then be like, guys, got this song, check this out, we'll show to practice, we start playing. They obviously go through, they add their style, their feel to it, and they make the songs complete. That's why every variation that you hear is going to be different. Every time Not in the Wish You Wears is started over, or anything, or a new member comes and goes, it's always going to be different. This is my favorite version, and it's nothing against anyone I've ever played with, but I love these dudes, and they're awesome, and I play a song, and they're on it. I just start playing, and they're in it. And there has been times we can improv a song. We've done it start to finish at practice, and those are songs that we just start playing, whether it's oh, here's this thing here, and we start going, and then next thing you know, we're all together in it. And
With Here We Go, we had that in 15 minutes.
we play off each other, so it's oh, and then Derek will do something, I'm like, I like that, and then we go do something here, and that, if we improv a song, it's very cool. But they're always, it's sort of that whole writing thing. I know that's what it is. It's always
But it's evolutionary, is what it sounds like.
Yes, it is. And these songs now are my favorite versions of these songs that they feel right to me finally after all this time. And it's I've been able to nitpick some of this stuff. Or I Wish You Were started 20 years ago, but some of the stuff I wrote when I was 17. That's 30 years ago, and I've had 30 years to think about some of this stuff and being that was all right then, but we've come a long way since.
Yeah.
And these guys have come a long way since the time that we have started, and I have too, because every time they step up, I'm like, all right, I step up, and they step up, and I step up, and we're pushing each other. We push each other, and we push ourselves, and yeah.
Something I want to talk to you all about too is you all went to Las Vegas recently and played at the Punk Rock Museum. Tell me about that story.
What'd you do? What'd you do last month, guys?
I went ziplining down the Vegas.
Derek, you want to tell us about what happened at the...
Well, I guess it goes back over a year ago. We were sitting at Brian's house. I think we were grilling out. Yeah, and we were like, let's go. I want to, because it was the big buzz. The Punk Rock Museum had just opened. And I kept watching Fat Mike's little podcast he does. And he was always saying, well, any band that comes into the museum, I let them play 3 songs. He didn't specify it had to be a signed band on tour. So I just took that and told these guys, and we were like, well, let's make a 1-year plan. Let's save up, let's do it, and let's go to Vegas. And that's basically what we did.
If you played the Punk Rock Museum, you're pretty famous. And when we got there, they spent a very long time going,
We also played 4 songs.
Yeah, you're only allowed 3. We played 4.
It's very punk rock of you.
But we were told to please not say F-bombs, which we thought, this is the Punk Rock Museum.
which is ironic because you requested us to say it. So you're pretty punk. You are actually, I'm not going to say you're punker than the Punk Rock Museum, but you actually requested that we said it. And they requested that we did not, but they were very cool about it.
Though that was the video they put on their TikTok of us saying it.
Yeah, it was.
Well, we might as well just jump into that real quick. So what is the inspiration for the song Fuck the Neighbors? Because I want to know.
Yeah. It is exactly what it sounds like. I was trying to practice a whole lot before I went to Australia, and I was trying to get sounding well before I went on tour and everything, and I was putting in a lot of practice. I was playing quite a bit. But I live out in the middle of nowhere. There's no noise restrictions, no noise ordinance whatsoever. My neighbor didn't appreciate me playing music and called the cops on me multiple times. And one day in particular, I was having, everyone has their days. They have their days, don't they, Derek? Yeah. And so I get this knock on my door, and it was as my folks. They lived like right there at the time. Went through, and they came over, and they was just like, "Hey, the neighbor called and said if you don't turn this off, he's calling the cops on you again." And I was just like, "All right." And I grabbed a guitar and I went into my office, and sat down, and I was just like. I had to get away for a minute, and we turned everything off. I went away, and I was just sitting here playing, and I was trying to be nice. I'd gone next door and talked to them about this and everything. I love my neighbors, so if you're watching, I love you, dude. You know, we've talked about this since then. I give him a hug. I don't care if he needs anything. Holler at me. I don't care. But he finally waves at me. Man, I don't mean to talk about my neighbor.
Yeah, I know.
So,
it's the name of the song.
Yeah. So for a long time I'd wave, he wouldn't wave at me, but he finally, it wore him down. He waves at me now. But yeah. So I just went in there, and I'm just sitting here trying to think, clear my head, and seriously, the only thing that going through my head was just like, fuck this dude. Like, just, man, fuck this guy. Really? Like, we've talked about this. I called to find out what my rights were. I was like, look, you guys are showing up here like every other week, and like I'm trying to play and practice, and I can't do this if you keep coming through. Like, what's my rights out here in the middle of nowhere? And they were like, well, there is no noise ordinance. You can play as loud as you want, whatever time you want, but you can be sued for disturbing the peace, and there are ways around it. So even though technically I could do what I want, you know.
So that's the inspiration?
Yes, yeah, it was. I sit in there the whole time, and I wrote the song start to finish, and I was just like, I'm not really bothered, you know, we're not really bothered, you just being jokes. Yeah. Like, it just went through the whole thing, and so.
What's coming up for Wish You Were? You are working on some new material. There's going to be a new album coming out maybe down the road?
Right.
Yeah, we are. We're working on it all the time. We just did one day. What are you talking about? No, we have enough brand new material for a new album. What we want to do is have a new album with all the material that we have come together with since the time that we've started as a band. So we have something that's completely brand new. And a lot of people, you know, they want something new, something that's far more current than what is released right now, because after a long hiatus, like, the music's very old.
What's your timeline, you think, on that? To be
What's
determined.
that timeline?
Man, now you put me on the spot because I hear this all the time. But so we shoot videos. I edit the videos.
In all fairness, we do have new shirts.
Yeah, we have.
To be determined, though, I
Yeah,
guess.
it is.
And it's
So
going to be on
we're-
all platforms.
Yeah, so really what's happening is we're going to record a demo, and this time around I do want to send it to all the places that we should and see what happens. If we end up being picked up somewhere, then that's cool. We'll go for it, because at this stage in life, like, why not, you know?
Take a chance.
Yeah. My brother told me, he's like, dude, after this long, you have nothing to prove. He was like, sign, do whatever. He's like, what do you got to prove? And I feel that too. Like, I'm almost 50, and these guys are behind me. And Tommy's the youngest member of the band. But yeah, if it come down to it, we would sign, because playing music is what we want to do, and why not get paid for what you want to do?
Let's let you get back to that. So we're going to take a break and go back to some music from the Wish You Weres.
Playing it off like it's no big deal. All the practice and all the planning. I was playing it off like we don't care. So if we fall short, alright, I was making it out like nothing matters. We can march on the beat. I was making it out like we didn't try to be told. I'm too loud. Like a black eyed in a freak out, bound up by the butterfly. Night I dream and you will be mine. Feeling crescent to a beehive. I get mentally deprived. Thinking of like it all swelled up inside. Thinking of when we're still alive. Thinking of you, oh. Take a walk out in the sunset up against the rust of light. Nights I like stay there yet falling. I like something and I fall in. I nearly drown. Thinking of throw my head up in the clouds. Thinking of when they pull me in the ground. I'll be thinking of you, oh. Like a cloud out in our car. Think about the words we said. Thought I saw a shooting star. Put it in me in the forehead. I got teardrops in my eyes. Thinking of I lose my mind. Thinking of and when I die, I'll be thinking of you, oh. I can't function in society. What's wrong with me? I never really comprehend to understand. Why must I be this kind of man who always dreams? I'm living in a land of make-believe. I'm thinking of you and wishing you were here with me. Wishing that you were here with me. Take a walk out in the traffic, feel the breeze some cars come by. I just wanna check the mail. Turn around into the mail. 5 minutes into care. Thinking of like on this Vegas, yeah. Thinking of nothing else can compare. Thinking of you, oh. That is so fucked up.
Really is. Freaking crazy.
We were the lucky kids. We're the lucky kids. We're the lucky kids. We're the lucky kids. Came home to an empty house. We were supposed to be cleaning. We were glued to the couch. We're in the kitchen, eat whatever we could find. Now we ought to pay later, but for now we're fine. We're the lucky kids. We're the lucky kids. We're the lucky kids. We're the lucky kids. Lucky kids. We're the lucky kids. Lucky kids. We're the lucky kids. So lucky kids.
we're back. Thank you all so much, my friends, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
We love what you do for the music community and the fact that you all stick it out and fight the good fight for punk rock music. So that's pretty awesome. But
We love what you do for the music community.
That's
Well,
right.
thank you.
Showcasing bands and just giving people a platform.
It has
It's
been a
amazing.
privilege thus far, so I love it. I love every bit of it. But that is our show. I want to thank the Wish You Weres. I want to thank Shelby Preckless and Loud and Clear Studios for allowing us to use this space. Thanks to the Paducah 2 team for making all this possible. This show would not be possible without Paducah 2 and the folks that volunteer and put their time in the evenings and well past time that they would be off work. So we're grateful to all of them, and we hope you'll join us next time. Thanks.